How you doing, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Hello.
We're fashionably late, as always, but we're here. We're here. As you can see, we're at Homerama. We're at Shanika's kitchen.
Yes.
Give me a nice drink. Thank you guys for tuning in. So come on in. We got some things to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Yes. Let us know where you guys are coming in from, too. Did you?
Right.
You said
Again.
Click on that.
Remember we did it last week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're on Safari.
Oh, I just get out of it.
Yeah. Come on in. Hey, everybody. Come on in. Justin, join my... Oh, okay. Let me share your party, Justin. Come on in while we get situated.
Yes, come and join us. Come on in and join us. We're super excited about you all being here. We're super excited. It's Tuesday. We have a lot to share with you all.
Is it Tuesday already? Wow.
I know.
Ay.
I have a lot of things going on.
Justin, can you make your party public? You have it as just your friends. Can you make your party public, please?
I'm glad you told me that because I didn't know that.
That you were going through Safari? Yeah.
Oh.
See?
Okay, yeah. I had no idea that was my problem. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet of you to tell me that.
And you didn't have to use a code?
No.
Okay.
No. I look just like my mother.
You do. Yeah.
Like, really.
Come on in, everybody. All right, they're here. They're here. Let me see if Justin did that. Did you make your... Let's see.
So how's everyone's... I know we're just into Tuesday, but how was your Monday and your Tuesday?
Your weekend.
Yes.
We want to hear about it. Did everybody tell us where you're coming from? Where you calling?
I know we have 7 viewers. Like, where are you all tuning in from? Let us know.
Public. What are we getting started with? Well, you go ahead. You did such a good job with the order of program.
You can put me on program.
So yeah, what's on program?
Yeah, we always start, but we never introduce ourselves. For anyone who may be new, and you are.
I am Will Strayhorn. That's my stage name, Will Strayhorn.
Okay, stage name.
We'll go by that.
Yes, and we are your host of the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Please go ahead and let us know where you all are tuning in from, and we will be getting here just a minute. As we said before, we are here. Please make sure you share. We have gotten up to 500, close to 600 followers now. But please make sure you share. Click share. Make sure you just click share so that we can get more followers, which would be awesome.
Yeah. All right. So, you don't have your order program.
I do not, but I kind of pretty much know the things that we were talking about. So, what do you have anything exciting planned for the week and for the weekend?
No, I'm in stressed out mode right now. I mean, I went to go see my physician today. And I told him I'm just stressed out. I'm overwhelmed. So much going on. I have one of the questions I want to talk about. I have a big decision that I have to make, and I don't know, because it's like I want to make the right decision.
Okay.
But it's really going to boil down to how well I believe in myself. It's like a entrepreneur, follow your dreams versus play it safe type thing. And I have to consider my age. I have to consider the things I'm trying to do. And, I was presented with a wonderful opportunity to be an employee, not anything, associated with my goals or my dream, but to be a wonderful, it's a nice package that was offered. That was one of the producers.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes. Hi, Nancy.
Hello.
Yes,
Thanks for joining.
Nancy. Thanks for
Well,
joining.
you know what? I'm not sure what your,
we're going to talk about.
Okay, yes. Okay.
That was just a prelude to the conversation. So we're definitely going to talk about it. But my week has just been trying to clear my mind because graduation's in 2 months.
That's exciting.
If I take this opportunity, I can't go to graduation. If I take this opportunity, the show, we're going to have to change the show because it's a Tuesday through Saturday type thing. It's just going on, and
well, there's plenty of people who give really good advice.
So we're gonna definitely talk about the situation. You were talking about Lent. I don't think I've ever done Lent. I don't even know. I asked Justin, Minister Justin, is it biblical as far as giving up something, or is that just something that y'all Black church people created?
Well, no, I think it's. I don't necessarily know that it's even associated with
Lent,
with the Baptists, but I thought it was more Jewish Catholic type. I thought it was more
that you give up something.
A lot of them, because they they give up meat, or they eat fish, or it's something in regards to that, because right now Chick-fil-A. During this time of the year, they start offering a fish sandwich. Because,
really?
Yes. Because people give up like meat or whatever, and they don't have meat until they have
just so much.
But I mean, a lot of people, but like during this time, I think some like in the Baptist church or Christian churches or whatnot, they do, and I don't know if that's really around January time, where they do the David fast, where they do the
Daniel's fast.
Daniel. Okay, sorry.
You're new to religion. It's fine. It's fine. We don't judge. We don't.
You know what I was talking about.
It's fine. It's fine. But so giving up something, I think I would give up sushi.
Really?
I would give up sushi. And I would probably give up root beer. Those would be the 2 things I give up. Number one, because I hate sushi. I don't eat sushi anyway, and I don't drink root beer. So it'll be easy. I know I could get that done. What would you give up?
You know what? It's not necessarily what I would actually give up. I think Justin made a point. He was like, when I was like, I need to just give up Facebook. He was like, but you can't, because you need it for the things that you do.
You could do it for work purposes, but
right, and then get off. But I think that I saw a post, and somebody was like, instead of giving up something, why don't you do things that are more self-care? So like being grateful, or taking care of yourself, or saying a kind word to somebody, or things like that, being kinder to people, or helping someone out, or things like that. So I was like, well, that's an interesting, concept, versus actually giving up something, or just giving up being nasty and giving up being, hateful. If that's the kind of tendency.
Then that goes back to the point where, is it biblical? I don't really, as you can see, I don't really have a lot of time for things that don't really have a purpose.
I mean, by make up their own stuff.
So I like I told you before, I'm not participating in that. So it's 40 days,
I think
right?
It's 40 days.
Oh yeah, I don't even have that type of time, because I got so much stuff I have to do in the next 40 days that if we can't prove that it's not biblical in the Bible, in the NIV or the Message, because those are the only 2 I understand. Well, we don't really care what Justin.
Okay.
Kiana, what? What did I do? I don't understand. And Justin says, you should give back. Yeah. What? If Justin can watch his temper for 40 days, I think God and me, I think we'll both be pleased.
That's awesome. So you should work on that.
Justin.
You mean you would be pleased if Justin worked on it?
And God.
I'm sure. God would be pleased.
A lot of people who he comes in encounter with. But what's our first topic?
Okay, wait. So Kiana says, I didn't know that I bet that's a good sandwich, and I don't like fish sandwiches.
I love fish sandwiches.
Oh, Kiana says I can't with Will. Just says you should give back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really a big kind of TV watcher, but I just happened to come across this story about the marriage boot camp. Have you ever heard of marriage boot camp?
I think I've seen like clips of it.
Okay. So basically it's a show where celebrities go on and they are working on either they're already married or considering marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And so so this season there's a couple of different couples on there, but one couple in particular is Jocelyn Hernandez, that's from the Love and Hip Hop with Stevie and all of the when they was all up there, and she was a stripper and all that when she was on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And so she had a baby, and she was pretty much like, I need to leave all that negativity alone and just kind of move on with my life.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of moved on, and now she's dating this guy, and his name is, I think he's a DJ. DJ Ballistic is his name.
Okay.
And so during the show, they are having this pool party.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of the pool party was, so if anybody has watched Marriage Boot Camp, just put it up, say yes that you watch it, or you know exactly what I'm talking about, or if you've seen this episode or not. And just put yes up there. And so basically the other one, while one participated in the party, the other one kind of would stand back and watch.
Okay.
So she was the participant and he was the watcher. She proceeds to feed another man fruit. And her
was that part? Okay, great.
And and DJ Ballistic, her boyfriend, goes off.
Of course.
And he basically so she was feeding the guy grapes, and he goes off and he's like, get the F inside, the party's over. He's yelling at Jocelyn. He even struck a champagne glass and told her, I told you to treat me like a king. Don't disrespect me. Okay, so that's what he told her. So she gets upset and starts to cry and like, I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Well, not that she didn't know, but I apologize. And she proceeds to drop down to her knees and kiss his feet. And he is becoming uncomfortable because now some of the other couples have come inside to see this. Yes. And he's like, babe, get up. Like, come on. Like, you ain't got to do that. And so the other people are like, get up. Get up. And so this is an actual picture of her down on her knees trying to kiss his feet. And he's like, get up, babe.
Are we
come on.
able to? I don't think we're able to. Let me see if I can let these people. Can they see that?
Yes, it can be seen.
You can?
Yes.
That's what he's doing. Okay. Okay.
So my question is, because I asked Walter, because I tend to run things past him just to kind of just see. First of all, when you announce that you want your significant other to treat you like a king, and I think that she's, to be quite honest, I just think that she's damaged goods anyway, just from the relationship and things like that she had with Stevie J. I just think that, she always talked about him sending her back to the strip club because that's where he found her, and she was in the strip club. So I think that just over time, he just kind of damaged her self-esteem, damaged her, and then she just was kind of going through some stuff. And I think that right now she is like, I honestly think that this is a good dude. I really think that he's a good guy. But I think that she played herself and tried it and then didn't really know. I think she maybe thought that he was going to react like Stevie reacted. But at any rate, Like, how far is too far to let your significant other know that you respect them? And then, is it really realistic to say, treat me like a king? And really, what does that mean?
I mean, people always say, treat me like a king, treat me like a queen. I have a wife there. I mean, not a wife. I have a client who comes in and she said that she tells her husband that she's the queen. Treat me like a queen. Would you do that to a queen, like when he does stuff? You know, I don't take it seriously. I don't know what are the names again?
Jocelyn.
I don't know her. I don't know
she's
her or
the Puerto
him.
Rican. The Puerto Rican princess is what she's.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, that's what sir, that's what her name was on the I do apologize.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what her name was on the show, and she just kind of has carried it on.
Mm-hmm.
But Marriage Boot Camp, the hip hop edition. So everybody who's up there. But
I mean, it's a difference in catering to your mate, being respectful for your mate, all that kissing feet, kissing ass, all that type of stuff. I think is unnecessary.
Yeah, I think that she just not that okay. So when I say she didn't know, not that she didn't know, but I think that she is trying, perhaps not. She's older. She's probably in her 30s.
Oh, she knew.
Yeah. No, well, what I'm saying is I think that she's trying to I almost feel like she's trying not to make the same mistakes. So it's like, okay, well, what can I do to really make?
So that was a sign of low self-esteem, right there.
I think that is part of the baggage that she carried. Yeah, that she's carrying. That's why they in Marriage Boot Camp.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. And then he felt some kind of way after. So it's like, okay, well, now will you ever say that again? Treat me like a king, because you see what she did, and then you got in bed. It made you feel uncomfortable because she meant what in her mind.
I think because he knew that he was wrong with saying it anyway, and then he had witnesses in the privacy of their own home. Yeah, he was saying he probably wouldn't have minded her kissing his feet and everything else. But with other people seeing how stupid he got her acting, they don't look too good. Yeah. What do y'all think? I mean, I think it's a little, self-explanatory. She got something bad, low self-esteem.
When I just see this
for whatever,
picture,
like you said, she was damaged goods.
I think so. I think that I just think just that whole show, it was just a mess. It was just a total and utter mess. But at any rate.
Okay. Are y'all quiet this week again?
No, we're not doing this today. We're not. Come
on. Okay, we're gonna go to this next subject.
Yes, let's move on.
Okay, so talking to Justin, I know you can't say too much about this, but the day was Super Tuesday, and for the past couple months, we've been having these debates. People are, you gonna vote for this person? You gonna vote for this person? Well, you can't vote for this person because 100 million years ago, they said X, Y, Z about a certain group of people, and now I think. Where was it? In South Carolina? Where was it? Bloomberg, I think, went at the black church, and they all turned their backs on him while he was speaking because of something he did or said. It's just always something that somebody did, and then it can carry on into your personal lives, even with people. Me and Justin were talking. It's just like when something happens, it seems like people have no sense of forgiveness. Like, I have done something back in my 20s where if you would ask people about me, they would have a lot of negative things to say. But today, 28 years later, I'm a totally different person. So I've changed. So it would be really wrong for somebody who knew me in my 20s to judge me by how I was there. But it just seems to me there's just no sense of forgiveness. There's no retribution. Because even with my husband, Justin, it's like, I'm like, well, even when we were talking about that situation with family members and how they were at a certain time, certain situations have a way of changing your heart and changing your person, changing your character. And I just don't think a lot of attention and a lot of consideration is given to the fact that people can change and that some people do deserve forgiveness. Now, if you have shown recent behavior of the same thing, then okay, perhaps you may have not done a lot of changing. But I think I give people the benefit of the doubt.
You do.
I do. Yeah, to a fault sometimes, to getting kicked in my face, but I do because I know I've changed. So I want to know, you guys, how easy is it for you guys to forgive? Give people second chances. Oh, she's thinking. Okay. What about y'all? I want to know, how easy is it for you to forgive? I mean, because not that I'm a Bloomberg supporter. And I think they were going back even on Biden. They was saying that he did. I think this was what they wanted him to say. They wanted him to own up to saying something, but it was so long ago. I'm like, okay, we have some comments.
Okay, so let me just start by saying,
Adrian says, "Forgive, don't forget." Absolutely right. Yeah.
Yes.
And another thing is, Justin pointed this out. Just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean that they have to currently still occupy space in your life right now.
Right.
Right. Kiara said extremely hard. And Justin said, I can forgive, but don't have to deal with you.
And I think that in a sense, like, okay, so when you're talking about the presidency candidates and versus like your spouse or friend or family member or things like that, I think it's different because at this point and with our, so I have to be very careful.
Yeah, you have to be very careful.
With the state of the world.
The state of the world.
Right now.
State of the world.
Yeah, people are very skeptical about things and what the upcoming election is going to bring. So I think that because I just think that because I think some people weren't expecting what we currently
the current situation.
Yes. And so based on that, I think that at this point in time, people are trying to make sure that they are making a good choice, I believe, and like really hearing things out and really going back to things that happened before, especially for Black people, I think, especially for us, because I think that sometimes we do settle. And sometimes it's our own fault because if you don't get out and vote, if you don't take advantage of, the opportunity, because people struggled and made it so that you can vote. And when you don't take advantage of that opportunity to vote is when things happen, you cannot complain. So, I think that, yes, you can turn your back on somebody, but did you go out and vote? Did you go out and vote to guarantee that if that's not the person that you want to be in office or on the Democratic on the ticket, right? Did you go out and vote to make sure that was not going to happen? Because it's one thing for you to have an action of turning your back, but it plays out in whether or not you went to go vote. Now, on the other side of that, on forgiveness, when you're talking about a spouse or family member or a friend, I think it depends on how many times have we gone down this road? Okay. For me.
So frequency is the issue.
Right. If it has now become a habitual habit, and it's no longer a habit at that point, you just habitual.
It's a choice. It's a choice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not
and I feel like once you've explained yourself to someone and you said like, okay, this is what I expect. And because I think that even in relationships and friendships, I think that you have to expect what you expect.
Yeah.
And out of friendships, because I think sometimes it's important to make a friendship continue on. I think you need to explain like, okay, look, like we're friends, but I don't lend friends money. I don't, I'm not, whatever. I don't give friends rides, whatever it is.
Right. Whatever your issue is.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then if that person continues to step over the boundary of what it is of your expectations, then it's like, okay, we're just not meant to be. And then someone said before, and if you cannot find it in your heart to say completely bye, to say bye completely, just find yourself saying hello a lot less.
That was good. Did you write that?
It just came to me. Somebody said that. So if you can't find yourself, you can't completely find yourself saying, or if you can't find yourself completely saying bye to somebody, just find yourself saying
which
hello.
Means you're pushing back.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's catch up on some comments.
Okay.
Adrian said, once people show you who they really are, don't fall for who they try to tell you they are. I say that all the time. And a good friend of mine, she's always telling me about the certain person that they're fond of. XYZ told me this, that, and the other. I'm like, but are they showing you that? Is there evidence in their actions to reinforce what they're saying? If not, then it's BS.
Well, it's funny that you say that too, because if somebody has, okay, so how would you, just tell me how, if this is something that you do. So if we have like a mutual friend, or we know the same person or something, and this person has treated me a certain kind of way, and I'm like, okay, well, look, they did this, this, and this to me, so just be careful. Do you take my advice, or do you say no?
I keep it in mind, but I do it for myself.
Yeah, me too, because I don't like that, because just because you had that experience with that person
doesn't mean and that's because I'm still just hearing one side of the story. Right. Okay. So Kiana says it's a fine line between forgiving and forgetting. It's kind of hard. Amy says a zebra doesn't change its stripes. Now I disagree with that. People, I guess you're insinuating people don't change. People do change. I think people do change. I totally disagree with that. You don't think people change? Are you the same person you were 20 years ago? You haven't changed?
No, I am. Okay, so let me say this. I don't do the same things, some of the same things I did 20 years ago.
So you've changed.
But if I had to go back to doing some of the same things.
I ain't nobody saying you got amnesia, but I'm just saying you don't make those conscious decisions to do those wrong behaviors, right?
No, I don't. But I mean, I think it's still a choice. I still think it's still ultimately a choice. I mean, like if you have to go into some type of survival.
Well, of course. Anybody can kill if trying to be killed. Yeah, but I'm just saying the same. What? We're at week 10 with this cough. I don't understand.
I don't either. Like, what is going on?
Yeah,
I think it might be the air freshener.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Rosalind.
What did Rosalind say? Rosalind said,
what does state of this? Because I'm not your friend doesn't mean I'm your enemy. Like Tupac said, I still want to see you eat, just not at my table.
Right.
All right. Shasta says the first sentence was not supposed to be there. Oh. Okay. Amy says anybody can say I have changed. Most don't. And then Adrian says evolving and changing are slightly different. Evolving and changing are slightly different.
How so? To me, it's just semantics. If you evolve, you change. You're not the same that you were.
No, because
I'm not talking about change as far as forgetting. You have to make a conscious decision in doing anything.
Right.
Not to do it, which means you have evolved, but by evolving, you have changed. You're not that same person.
Right.
Not to say that if pushed against the corner, you can't. If you used to cuss people out and you've gotten saved or whatever, and you make a decision not to cuss anymore, you're a changed person. Not to say that you don't remember those words, how to put them together, how to cuss somebody out, bring them to tears, but you just make a conscious effort not to do that. I think that's a changed person. I don't think anybody wakes up and you've forgotten how to do it. You just make a conscious decision. Where before you would cuss somebody out on
right. But is it a change or choice? A change choice? A choice change? A choice of change?
You made a choice to change.
Okay.
What do y'all think?
Okay. All right. Make sure you share, please. Make sure you share,
like and share, please.
So yeah, I mean, because there's definitely some things that I would not.
Do you have an example of anything? Okay, 20 years ago, I was gorgeous. I was really gorgeous. I was small, very, very light skin. I was almost show complexion. Pretty hair. I got pictures when I had really pretty hair. So I would meet people. I would go to DC. They used to call this thing called Pride. I would go to DC. And this was my things with my friends, because it was a group of us. We were called the So Fly Crew.
Ooh,
don't laugh. We were the So Fly Crew. Okay. Yeah. So I would meet people, and I would already go in. Anybody I met, the following weekend was my birthday, because I wanted a gift. And I pretty much had no intentions on, taking the relationship any further. It was just a money thing. I knew I could do it, and I did it. I'm not that person anymore.
Right.
So so I haven't changed? Is that what you're saying? Now, if I had to get some money out of somebody, I'm sure I could come up with something. I can't use the same. I don't look the same. I'm not just a color no more. But
I'm not my color.
I can manipulate. You said you're not your color either. Is that Mary Kay? Okay. Yeah, I'm not the same person anymore. I intentionally went out to do those things. I don't do them anymore. So does not mean he did that to me. Justin, did I do it now? No, my birthday was 2 weeks prior to when we met. But okay, so a better person, not a changed person. I think that's just semantics. Changed person is a better person in my eyes.
Gary says, I don't think people really change their ways. It just changes how they act around you. Which that to me is still a possibility. Like that to me is still a possibility. Because it's like, okay, well, if I know, okay, it's almost like how people say you different. Like if you have you ever experienced or somebody said you different when you around this person or when you around that person or whatever. Like I had somebody say that to me before. But so it's just
you
like,
are those sneakers. You different.
Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. But and it's just maybe because you know the expectation of the person that you're around. It's like, okay, well, I'm just not going to do that in front of you. But
you
when I'm
adapt
over
to
here,
your situation,
right? But when I'm over here, you know, I'm still doing those things that I like to do or did before or whatever. But I mean, but really, honestly, down to I do think people can change. Can
I ask my studio audience, Walter? Do you not think people can change?
Sure, they can change.
Thank you.
That's why there's a definition of the word change.
I knew it was going to take a man to do it.
Whatever.
That's why it's a definition for the word. What's your mother's name? Amy Childs Jones. That's why the word is in the dictionary. Because people can change. Right?
People can't. How often? Do you?
What?
You got someone who used to drink, and then they don't drink anymore.
Right. Someone who he needs to be right here at this desk. Someone who used to drink and they don't drink anymore. They're not a changed person.
Same thing as smoking.
Same as smoking. Restraint is intentional behavior. So yes, you have change. Okay. I'll take that answer. Rosalind. Okay. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just like,
it's fine. It's all right. You're not going there.
No, I don't feel defeated. Thank you very damn much. I don't feel defeated. I'm just like thinking like.
Is there any way that you've changed in the past 20 years?
Is there any way that I have changed in the last 20 years?
I'm asking you. You know you better than anybody.
I don't think so, because he ain't answered.
So you the same old person. Lord, we're gonna pray. Let's just say whatever.
Whatever. No, I think that
so, because I think maybe 10 years ago, I don't think you was as confident as you were now than you were 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, because you started to do more stuff, branch out. You used to always.
You're right, and because I remember having the conversations with you about you wanting to do more things, and that you're president of Toastmasters.
Can you come back, please? But I don't know if that necessarily would fit into the change category. I think that is more of I wanted things to be different for myself. So But
think about if you back then. So for you to have been wanting to do a lot of things, that means you were pretty much in the background. You wanted to be up front, but you were quiet, probably not as assertive. Now you're more assertive. You're up front. You're the president of the thing. Now you're doing a podcast. You're a changed person. You're not the same person. People will see that confidence when they see you now, whereas before you were probably comfortable.
See, when I'm standing up in front of millions, and I'm talking and I'm confident, I'm walking from one end of the stage, then you can say, "Oh, she a changed person."
Well, I'm going to who is that? Yeah.
It's like, yes, when you can say that, but okay, I get it. I understand.
I think behaviors change, but people are still who they are. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, it's a choice. It's a choice. The person hasn't forgotten how to drink or what a drink tastes like, but they made the decision they're no longer going to drink or they're going to smoke.
Right.
Oh wait, don't get kicked out of life. Yeah. All right. Okay. What's your next one? You have the next one?
We actually, yes, let's talk about, so I want to talk a little bit about, this may be a really kind of a sticky subject topic, but I think it's well worth the conversation. If you all have been following or kind of saw it on Facebook or whatnot, it's been on the news. I think it's kind of come up on the news about the young lady who owns Honeypot, the Honeypot company, and her name is B. Dixon. And if you, she actually has a commercial that her product is in Target. And at the end of the commercial, she just basically says that, to sum it up, that she is wanting, hopefully the doors are open for other Black girls who have an idea to put forth that idea. And she just hopes that because she did it, that other Black girls would do it as well. So that kind of turned into this whole white women becoming jealous, or I don't want to say jealous, becoming upset that she said that because she did not shout out all groups.
She didn't make it universal.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so it prompted them to go and start making reviews about her product. And so I was
doing people who were non-Black.
Right.
Okay.
So I did a little bit of research and was going up there and so when I started reading the reviews, I'm like, yeah, I'm confused about what's happening, because it's like, I used the product on my hair and it's horrible. It made my hair stink. And I'm like, okay, wait, I'm confused. So I was like, okay, that's because this is not what I thought it was. Mm-hmm. So I went back. So now it's an investigation going on all these comments, because her product, first of all, is not a hair product. It's a feminine product. Mm-hmm. And so they're investigating all of these negative comments where she has gotten reviews of one and all these negative comments. And so and they thought that her sales was going to go down, but in fact they doubled.
Oh, really?
Right, because more and more people are going to are supporting her by going to purchase the product. Now, as I said, it's a feminine product, and she has foams, and she has panty liners, and things like that. And she said that she had gotten a drink. She had an ancestor that came to her in her dream and told her, because she was having some different problems, right? And so her products are plant-based.
Oh, plants.
So, and because she was battling with bacterial vaginosis and all that, and so she needed a product that was going to help her solve that problem. So that's how she started her company, Honeypot. Now, my question is really, because I mean, obviously I'm Black. And obviously I have a Black, well, not obviously, for those of you who may or may not know, and I have a child who is Black. And then my biracial or Black nieces. When I do things, when I'm sitting in front of this camera, when I'm at the salon, when I say I'm an entrepreneur, I hope I'm doing it in hopes that a Black child, a Black girl, a Black person, whatever, sees me as motivation and would do the same thing. Like when I'm doing my work, I'm doing it for my Black child. Why is your face like that? So am I wrong because I'm not shouting out everybody like this is in the mood for all people? Is she wrong because she said that statement? Because they were looking at like she was being a racist because she didn't make her statement universal. But I feel like she's a Black woman, and
if she was a trailblazer, no Black woman has ever gone there before, and she wanted to say now other Black women or Black children see that it's an opportunity. Yeah, I think in business when you do that, you're limiting yourself. Unless it's a business just for Black people.
But it was the idea, not the product. Just the idea of saying, if I'm a Black another black girl saying, okay, I can do it, because she said Target got behind her. Target did the packaging,
So she's like a trailblazer. Yeah. I mean, I think in this situation, it's fine, but you have to be
very
a little
careful.
bit more savvy. Yeah. The black movement is good, strong. I'm all for my people, but they're not going to be the ones who always support you. So, you know, who said something?
Excuse me. How did I know? I just knew it in my heart. I knew that Adrian was going to say. I knew it. I
What
knew
did Adrian say?
She told me to switch from always to Honeypot.
Oh my God.
Kiara
said no.
I knew she was going to say it.
Says, what? No, she's not wrong. Kiana says, what? And that's all she was saying in her commercial. She is trying to give our struggled girls hope.
Kiara says no, because it is statistically black women do get by more than others, and I feel like people need to stand up for what they feel. Justin,
she need a doctor. I'm with you. I think she need a doctor up here. You know, it's fine. You know what? I'm starting to understand. I think a lot of people who is always, I'm by far, I'm not naive. I was not raised, and me personally, not directly. I up until recently, I think I should know what you was going to call them. I didn't grow up in a lot of racial tension. I mean, I know I've been discriminated against. I know I've been profiled and stuff like that. But I'm not a rags to riches story. I didn't grow up in the projects. I don't have any of those experiences. Okay. So race is not the first thing I reach for. So I don't have, when I talk about my story, it's for people who've made mistakes can turn their lives around. It's not for black boys who've made mistakes to turn their life around. To me, it's for people who have made mistakes to turn their lives around. You understand the difference in that?
Okay, say it again.
My story, my testimony is because I've made mistakes in the past, and I've done a lot of work to turn my life around. So when I'm sharing my story is for people who have made mistakes to turn. You can do what it takes to turn your life around, and you can be a success. My story is not for little black boys who have made mistakes, can turn your life around and become a success. I mean, I'm all for my black people. If black people are the ones who are going to do it, yeah. But I don't understand. It's just everything's just so black power right now. Okay. And that's not naive. I know racism exists, and I'm all for my black people. I'm not a sellout or whatever other things you might want to say. I just don't think sometimes it takes all that. Everything don't have to be black. Why does race have to be brought into it? Unless she was the first. If she was the first who Target's never endorsed whatever. Yeah, now she sees little black girls can come and do XYZ. I even think in her situation, because now a lot of people who do have products other than, like, I think Talia Wajid.
She's the first person who has a black feminine product.
I can see that. But it goes far beyond that. A lot of people when it's and I think they're in the business sense. I think you're isolating. You're doing your business an injustice when you're promoting just for black people. Do you? Because Well,
no, I don't. Are you just saying in general or her?
In general, I'm not talking about her. I'm just talking about. We're past that. I'm just talking about in general, because it's a lot of people who everything's for black people. It's for black. And in business, you want to make money. Money is green, regardless of where it's going to come from.
Yes.
But when you bring your oppressive thoughts and behaviors and experiences into business, you're losing a lot of money. You're leaving it on the table. So you need to leave that. You can leave that out of the equation.
Okay, so
do you have your salon for black people only?
No, I do not. My salon is not just for black people only. Okay.
Well, what about the little black girls who want to be hairstylists? Aren't you playing for them?
Am I what?
Is your struggle just for the little black girls and in your hair business? Or are you in business to make money?
I'm in business to make money, but it's not necessarily when anyone is really inquiring about hair, like, or being a hairstylist or whatever, it's not white people who are asking me about it. You know what I'm saying? So most of the conversations that I'm having are about building business or business structure or anything about business or anything. It's my conversations are not normally with it's normally not with white people. And the funny thing is, even about our podcast, now this is the first time that I've actually had a conversation with somebody who was not Black about our podcast and how to set up, and and I was talking to him about things that he could be doing for his business and to do things. And to me, like I was almost like it kind of flowed off my tongue. Like I just kind of like said it and was like, okay, this is what we're doing or whatever. And then it was another white guy who was like co-signing what I was saying. But like that was to me like the first time I've ever really had that experience. I'm normally not talking to white people really about anything that I'm doing, to be honest. Like I'm never like I'm
white friends.
I do have. No, I mean, like,
you don't got a white friend. Why don't you have no white friend?
I do. My friends at Toastmasters. Okay, so this is another thing. So
a lot of fidgeting, a lot of nonverbal.
Listen, because my thing is like friends, like we hanging out type of friends.
No, I mean it could be like your the people at Toastmasters.
Well, yes, I can. I mean, like there's a couple of
associates, people that you. Yeah.
So yes, and actually, they were from Toastmasters. We went out to eat. We go out to eat after our Toastmasters meetings, and we sit and we talk. And then, and it's some of them who know that I have a podcast and who talk to me about it, and like, oh yeah, I caught it, I saw it. But on average, when I'm talking to people about the hair salon or the podcast or my ideas, I'm not necessarily running it past. It's usually like my daughter, like I'm talking to her about it. So it's not, I don't know, I guess it's not necessarily that I'm like, oh, my struggle or my story is just for the Black girl or for the
Is everything you do Black focused? Surrounded around being Black because I'm Black. That's the point. I don't want to get too far off the point.
Right. So
and that's my question to everybody.
Now I like to when I'm not like, okay, so if I can support, if I know somebody, like if I'm buying earrings anyway. So if I know of somebody who's Black, who makes earrings and things like that, I want to support that person. So some things I consciously make an effort to try to support Black people, because I do think it's important that we support one another. Right. But no, does everything I buy bought off of Black?
But there are people like that.
And
there are people like
I'm gonna only eat at
what you going talking to that white person, or they won't go somewhere because it's a white establishment, or they won't get to a cause because it's a white cause. There are people like that.
Right.
And that's just what aggravates me. Okay, I get it. Somebody love it.
So I messed up. That's why I was like looking up, and my sister corrected me, and she was not saying bad, she was saying BV. So I would just have to correct myself. That was funny.
BV, is that like
bacterial vaginosis? A lot of Black women have bacterial vaginosis, and basically that's what young lady was having.
Is that like a file?
No, it just basically means no.
You don't have to.
Oh, it's nothing bad. It's just because you wear underwear and you
no,
you might get bacterial.
Yeah, we're gonna move right along. Okay, so I want to know. You know how you can be joking with somebody and then they say something and then you catch like, wait a minute.
Like today? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, with me.
No.
Oh, okay. So I'm sitting there with my husband, Justin, and I forgot what the conversation was about, but I think it had something to do with why we married each other. And this dude come out his mouth and say he didn't just marry me in love for love, he married me for money. And I looked at him, I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He said, my grandma told me not to marry stupid, or to marry wisely, and who you chose. And I was like, I felt like I had got. I was like, you tripping. You tripping. I don't know why. I didn't marry him for money. Am I wrong in being upset? Is that should I not be upset that he married me for money? Aren't you supposed, what are you supposed to marry for? My question is, should I be upset? Number one, is he wrong for marrying me? He said for love and money was his wording. You know, is that not the opportunist? Are you supposed to marry people for money?
Okay, so y'all process that. We have a comment, and then then we're gonna come back and address what you say. Okay, so Kiana said, "Well, for me, Will, I don't come off and be like what I do is for Black community because that's not the case. But the first person I think that is watching me, my every move is my daughter, then my younger sisters and my niece.
True.
So, and then Kiara says, overgrowth of bad bacteria in the veg. That's basically what BB is. Okay, so
stinky.
So, but okay, so to address.
When you married Walter, did you have financial? I mean, see, when I think about being financially secure, I get that because you don't want to marry no bum or like that. But when I think the top two choices, I don't want money to be on the top two choices.
Okay, so then let the question be changed to: do you marry above, equal, or less?
Financially?
Just in general, like, okay, so if you say financial, okay, so if you have a car, would you marry somebody who doesn't have a car?
Good question.
If you made $50,000,
good question.
Would you marry somebody who made less than you, or equal to you, or above? Like, what is your standard?
Good question. Yes. So Justin is many years younger than I am, and I'm much more established. With Justin, I married a lot of potential as far as professionally speaking. Okay. The same was with my first relationship. They were younger than me, hadn't been established. I actually brought them into the business. If I had a person who was lazy, I could detect was being lazy, didn't have any goals, aspirations, and Justin went through all of this. What do you want for the future? What do you think about X, Y, and Z? And he didn't have it then, but I knew with a little grooming as I'm doing, he'll get to where he'll be able to help me in building what I want to build.
But is that his dream? Is that your dream for him, or is that his dream for you?
He was asked about his feelings. I didn't say, do you agree? I mean, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want to do with your life?
Okay, that was the question that was asked.
These were the type questions that were asked.
Okay.
Just in the early stages of meeting. Okay. Now, if you were like, oh, I don't want to do nothing, I get a check, I'm fine. I would know right off the bat, we can't work beyond tonight. Tonight we can't do that. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So what was your other question?
So do you, when you consider marriage,
it's not necessarily equal. Yeah. I've never dated anybody. Well, when I went to DC that one time years ago, I did date somebody who was older than me and they were much more established than I was. But I don't know, I didn't do that too well. In most of my successful relationships, I have been more established and the other person had potential.
So do you like to be the one, the breadwinner, so to speak?
I think I'll probably have to lay on the couch and talk to you about that. I think with you saying that, looking over it, it's worked out that way. So maybe I do.
Do you find it to be do you think that you're in an inferior place if you're not?
No, because when you daydream, I daydreamed like when I was thinking about the perfect person, they were rich. But I've never, like I told you, I've never even, like that type that you have, you visualize, I've never even dated like that black, tall basketball player type. That's my type. And I've dreamed about, being the young person to an old sugar daddy, something like that. But I guess I'm the old sugar daddy. Girl, I'm not the old sugar daddy.
I cannot.
Justin, we have to talk when we get home. I hope I'm not the sugar daddy.
But it almost sounded like that's the place that you like to be in.
I don't want to go damn
not in the sense of being a sugar daddy, but in the sense of being you're almost like
head of household.
Right.
Now, my personality, I have a strong personality. I can't take another person who, and he and I have had this conversation too. Two A type personalities can't get along. We're not gonna make it. So one person has to be a little bit more passive than the other person. And I've always done well when I was the more dominant person. Is that
in every facet? Like in every facet of the relationship, you're dominant in pay, you're dominant in the status, I guess, you're dominant in other areas, you're dominant in like
other areas. A few areas I have a little leeway in it. But yeah, to answer the question, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that wrong?
No, but I honestly think in a relationship, people have to find their place in a relationship. Yeah. And for me, in my relationship with my husband, I can be aggressive depending on what the situation is. But for me, it's like certain things I can be aggressive about and certain things my husband can be aggressive about. Mm. And a lot of times my husband follows my lead. So if I get upset about something, then he'll get upset about something. If I'm calm about something, then he'll be calm about it. So like however I want him to react is how he mirrors. Yes, yeah, okay, yes. So, but I just think that, I think that in a relationship, you have to figure out there's a balance because, as you said, both of y'all can't be. And there's people who are like, we both going in, like you getting it both ways. But I think that even when children become involved, it has to be a balance. And and then I guess you just have to. Does Justin ever take like the dominant position or does dominant role?
You've heard his mouth. That's when he gets more dominant. His mouth. You've heard it.
But I think that's just to me that's in passion and in conversation. But that's not necessarily that he's being overbearing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
It's overbearing to me. Sometimes.
Yeah, because you have a dominant characteristic personality. So you feel like when you say it's over, right?
And is that wrong? Look at God. Look. Won't he do it?
Because I only say it's over to my child. So but Walter knows me. We have been in the marriage long enough that he know that like when I don't say anything, it's over.
Okay, well, only 5 months. We're still in that adjustment stage, learning triggers, learning things we should and should not say. I'm doing really good.
Right, because I was getting ready to say because you have to learn. Okay, it's like if I say something. So he know, like, okay, if I keep saying something, she's gonna say something, right? So
he said that the other day too. Yeah,
right. So you have to say, okay, I want this to be over, so I'm not going to say anything. And I've had to learn to tell my husband, like, okay, if something happens and I'm upset about it, you just need to give me 10 minutes to process it. Like, don't keep talking to me about it because every time you say something more and you add more fuel to the fire, I'm gonna go off on your ass. Like, just give me 10 minutes. Let me process it, and then we could talk about like adults because that gives me a moment to say, okay, Shanika,
and get over
talk to myself like, okay, Shanika, like, okay, now what is the point that you really want to get across? What is it that you really want to say? What is it that how is it that you're really feeling? Yeah. But if you keep on coming at me after I said, please stop talking to me, and you say one more thing else, and I'm like, please stop talking to me, then my voice starts to escalate. Then I start acting ugly. Then
So it's not so much of a reaction.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I just let me process it, and then I'm not so mad.
Mm-hmm.
But if you keep on coming at me with it, but I think that that's over time. You learn that person, and it's like, okay, I know I just need to give this person a minute, and then we're gonna come together because I think it works better. It's like, okay, listen, I've had time to process this. I don't want to be mad at you. I want to talk about it, and then if we still can't come to common ground, then we'll just agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree, or then maybe we can come back to this a little bit later. But I think that you just have to learn that over time. But we do have some comments, so let's kind of catch up a little bit. Kiana goes back to the top. Kiana says, love was first will, so give Justin a break. Then my sister is laughing at me. So Amy says, put people married for many reasons. Yes, some people married for love, security, companionship, etc. She also says even for status. Kiara says, but why marry for materialistic things? If you love someone, it shouldn't be for what they can do for you or for what they have. Rosalind says, Mister. And then Kiara says, I need a few hours to a day.
Yeah,
and
I need a while. But Justin, he did, I think it was yesterday, he was like, he's learned that even, because he's the type that he'll keep going, and then I snap. And when I snap.
Right.
So he said he's already learned just to give me like 20 minutes, and not true, I'll feel so bad. If I'm still in text, I'm sorry, or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, so he said he's already learned. Hopefully he'll learn to, just like you said, when we just give me time.
Right.
So that I don't react, because if I react, then I'm coming in like a Taurus the bull, and it's just going to be horrible. Right.
And some people just need that. Like, I just need a minute, because I mean, usually, because I'm good about checking myself and getting my emotions in order, because I've learned, it was some months back, Asia was home, and I said something to Walter, like we was talking about something, and it just came out of my mouth, and I was just like, and so then it's like, okay, you can't move on until you apologize, because your ass was wrong. So, I had to tell him, like, okay, I didn't mean to say that. I'm very sorry, for saying it wasn't nice for me to say that. But I think it's when you apologize, it's, and when you're humbling yourself enough to know, because I know some people who just I said what the hell I said, and that's
I said what I said.
Right. So I'm just learning too. That's why I need time, because I know me. I know my mouth is slick, and I know that if I don't have that time, then you gonna be all type of something. Right. Your family gonna be all types of something. So it's like let's not do that. So. Well, back to what Kiara was saying, but why marry for materialistic? It's not necessarily marrying for materialistic things, but I do think that, I mean, and as the Bible says, to be, I think, equally yoked in mind and in spirit. And actually, I mean, because I just don't think that it's anybody's job to raise anybody.
Your mother is off the hook. She's talking about for love. For love.
Yeah.
Second time, maybe. I've heard people not marrying for it the second time around.
Okay, so because I asked Walter that today. I asked him. I don't know if he necessarily he did answer my question, because he asked me why did I marry him, but I married him for stability, and he's like I believe that. No, because I needed some stability, and you know what? But like I said to you before, that I think that God, like I've never dated my
that was superficial.
Right. So I think that right. So I think that God bypasses your foolishness and says, I need what you need. Right, versus what you and then over time, because like when you're in it, it's like, okay. But like now, I definitely many years, and I can honestly say that many years, I feel like I can appreciate the stability that my husband has provided for me, because I could not, like, having bill collectors call and people like I can't.
Was love anywhere in that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I want to stay. Okay. I want to stay.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna agree. I just to me, it didn't bother me.
Yes, it did.
I don't think I brought it up anymore. I mean, we joke about it, but it won't bother me.
So what did you marry for, love?
I married because of love and good sex. And I knew that I was a priority. He showed me that I was a priority.
So I couldn't marry for stability. Well, I think the stability
but
is a priority.
Love was definitely there. Love was there. Love was there. But I didn't need anything from her. I mean, good sex.
I didn't need anything from what? Because
where does the stability come from?
Because he was more stable than me. Like he was his mentality. Like he was in the military. Like he was in the military. Like his mindset. Like just different things. Like things that I was not stable in. Like just different things that I just felt like I was not. And then when we got married. We didn't have nothing. I mean, we didn't have nothing. Like when we moved, Amy can tell you because she gave us her furniture that we had for 15 years. So yes, it was for love, but the stability is what I needed.
Kiana, that I'm just joking. It was mainly for love, and he asked, and I wanted to be married, and we got along. I mean, yeah, sex is one of them, but it was definitely not number two. I loved him. I felt the time was right, but it wasn't definitely because I could get something from him. It wasn't because he had money or didn't have. I mean, he was supportive, able to support himself. But no,
I mean, because I was worried. I mean,
I could say definitely love. Yeah, was if I had to put it in order, love was number one. Number two. Because I knew that I was a priority to him.
Okay.
He let me know that he was concerned about my well-being and that I was a priority. And prior to my life, well, I wasn't. I hadn't felt that in a long time.
Okay. Well, I can say that, but that to me still falls in the category of stability. Like Walter definitely made me know that I was a priority to him long before we had ever gotten married. Like long before we had ever gotten married. Like I knew that I was. I mean, like so much so that when we was dating, I was still in high school. He would leave his like. This is crazy. He worked at Wendy's, which was 2 doors down from where I worked, like 3 doors down from where I worked at, which I worked at Artist. So he would leave his job from closing.
Yeah.
And he would come down to Arby's and work. Yes. So he would come down there, he would mop the floor, he would do the trays, he would fill up all the stuff that I had to do, he would come and do all my work. So long before he ever became my husband, I knew that I was a priority for him. He would take me to work, he would put me for school. It was his stuff that he does.
I think when you say security, I automatically think money. I think money. But,
no, it was just
so he helped you grow. He helped you develop.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
that's
yes,
okay.
Yes. So to me, like it wasn't about money.
It was, partnership should be like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. He was a provider. Yes. And Jan. Hey, Jan.
Yes, welcome. Make sure y'all keep sharing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that, I guess Justin, grandmama told him right, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like I should have known.
Okay, so what else we talking about?
Okay. I felt like I got when he said it. And I felt like it slipped out, but God got away. Bring the truth back.
Justin, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to throw you under the bus, but how did you not know?
Because he's not the type to ask for money. I had to actually tell him, look, if you behind or something, ask me for something. He's not that type person.
I mean, but do you have to be that type person to know that this is like, I need to be? And I think that even when you say money, he may have said money, but I think it was still for a stability factor, not necessarily. He may have said money.
Okay, well, see, I'm taking it as heifer. Yeah.
No, I look at it more for stability, not necessarily money.
Okay, well, he didn't, and I can appreciate that. So if I get home and he was to tell me that would sit a little better than me walking around thinking, oh, this nigga married me for. Okay. I'm really going on clink for real now.
I think it's for stability, but when you envision money associated with stability, then yes, but Wait a minute. Kiara said, what? Man, I wish someone would show me they love me by coming to do something.
Too much. Just too much. Too much. Okay. Yeah. Did you?
But at any rate, so yeah, but that was good. But I yeah, don't be so hard. I think he really meant more so stability than money.
Which again, yeah, I didn't, like I said, if he showed no promise or that he couldn't fit into what I want my big goal to be, then he would have been, just that one night.
Right. I mean, and when I look, I mean, honestly, like when I look around and I really look and actually look back at where me and Walter and I started from, like, and it's just like we're
at home around, as you can see, yeah.
But it's just, he's definitely been good to me and far beyond
material things.
Yes. Yes. I mean, when we both, I mean, like I said, when he was working in Wendy's and I was working back then, minimum wage was like $1, so nobody had no money.
You're right. Anyway. Okay, everybody. I had one more topic. I did want to talk about my issue, but I don't think we have time.
If you could wrap it up in like 4 minutes. Okay. Kiana says, you think
go ahead.
Okay. Kiana says, yes, stability, like good credit where y'all can get a house together and everything doesn't have to be in one person's name, where there isn't always stress and worry about finances. That kind of stuff tears relationships apart.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I mean, I came into, go ahead.
What?
You want to talk about it?
You just said I came into, you can't end it there.
Well, I was going to say, but I think that we grew. I wish he was down here, but I think that he does a lot of the investing and things like that. I'm just now to the point where I'm like, okay, I want to start investing, but like understanding that from him. And then in our younger years, we were around people who gave us some good advice about, investing and things like that. So, and I can appreciate that, but I think that just along the way we grew together and we kind of learned together, and so and I asked him today, I was like, if anything ever happened to us and I got sick, like if we divorced and I got sick, would you take care of me? Because I would take care of you. He was like, you would take care of me when we wasn't married. I was like, yeah.
To ask me that, you might not be feeling well right now.
I would take care of him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're not going to go into my topic. We're not, because it's going to take too long. I don't want a quick answer, but it's going to still be going on because I have until April the 6th.
Yeah, we're talking about your kidney.
Yes, well, I'm very well to know. Hey, Michelle.
Hello. Thanks for joining.
What was the note? What was the question you just asked?
Oh, probably when I said, would I still take care of him and something?
Oh, no. That's my girl. We ain't gonna be no fool, but all right.
That's not being a fool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so everybody, when is it? Saturday, May the 16th at the 17th Street Park in Virginia Beach. This year, February the 11th, I just celebrated 8 years of my kidney transplant. Woo! God is so good. So to celebrate, we're forming a huge team to walk. I want to get t-shirts made. In the past, we've been the LFI, which is the name of the salon, LFI Kidney Soul Stompers. I wish I had put the logo up there. But if you go to the chat's Facebook page and go to the link, you can go ahead and, Justin, he did some posting. You can go ahead and join the team and make a donation of any size. I don't care. We have a goal of $500. Somebody during the shows made a donation of $20. My first $20, I have to call and personally thank them. But any size donation, I don't mind. And if you want to walk, sign up for the team. Click that link, sign up for the team. I'm going to get t-shirts made for the team. And I just want to have fun. I'm not setting my goal unrealistically high, but I would love for everybody to come out. It's a really fun event. They have Zumba, face painting. The kids can come out. We walk the boardwalk.
Yes,
So it's really nice.
Yep, it's fun.
So and it's Saturday, May the 16th, 17th Street Park. And I'll be talking about it some more throughout the week.
And how much are the t-shirts?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. One time I did it and it worked really well where with the minimum donation, I gave you a free t-shirt.
Okay.
And I guess I had to figure out, I had to find somebody to make the t-shirts and see how much they're going to charge. And then we can do that. Let's see these topics real quick. Michelle, nope, exactly. Congratulations. Thank you. Kiana, oh, and I'm here. I will support. That's good. If I'm here, I'll support. And Amy says, yes, congratulations, Will. Thank you. Let me go to Justin because evidently he has been commenting on his
watch.
Yeah, and I haven't been watching it. Oops. Let's see. Can't wait to read what he has to say. Look at that. You know, block the whole page. Oh, he was protecting Justin.
Ooh.
God.
Oh.
I'm him saying something out of his mouth. Let me see. It's not okay. Here we go. Justin. Justin, I don't see your comments. You haven't. I don't see your comments, Justin. Maybe they're not coming. Oh, you know what? I might need to go on his page. Let me go on his page. Real quick, though.
I'm super excited.
Just stay here. Here we go. Okay, so his comments, Justin said, okay, here we go. Oh my God, he is so crazy. Okay, so number one, why you marry me and what we joke about. Justin, he said, what grandma told me, what, boy, bye, I didn't marry you for your money. I told him that because he told me he married me for sex. Okay. What you said, you married me for sex. What? Yeah, when you say you married me for money, yeah, because that's, yeah.
I mean, but I don't think that that's a bad thing to marry somebody for sex. I mean, I think that that's, I think that's, you don't want to be with somebody and have bad sex.
Yeah, true. That's true. That's true.
You kill me with that.
Honestly, I married you for that, sir. Don't try to keep it cute.
Just not on air. Okay?
Yeah,
not on air. No.
But yeah. Any announcements? I know you had some. Anything going on?
We talked about the kidney walk.
Yeah.
We talked about.
We are at week. What is this? 8?
Week 8. Yes.
We have 4 more weeks in the season, so the end of April is when we're going to wrap up for the season. Take a month off because I will have graduated and stuff. Stress completely out, but I haven't had time. The other show, Real Talk with Will and Paula, started February 28th. I haven't even seen it. It's out. I think this week is the second episode coming out.
Yeah,
I didn't even see the first one. You have to go on ESPTV on Facebook. The first one was really good. The second one is like that, really, really tough. And this Sunday we're shooting our 3rd episode.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but if you go to ESPTV on Facebook, you can see the first one is called All About Relationships. Okay. So yeah. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
All right. So make sure you tune in next week. We'll still be here in Studio B. And we'll have fun. We have some topics. And are we bringing our guest on next week?
I am hoping. I'm working on it. We're working on it.
We have a guest who's going to talk about her domestic violence situation.
Yeah, we actually have 2 guests that we're trying to squeeze in before our season ends.
Yeah.
So we're working on both of them. So hopefully we can get that squared away and have 2 And I think you will be very impressed by both of those stories, because the one is definitely an inspirational story. And I just hope that we're able to get that guest on so that they can share the story with you.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and share. And until next week, we'll see you then.
Yes. Bye. Have a good one.